no one at all wants to hear about the rats in the fridge. Okay, that's enough of that. Well, hello, and welcome to a just chatting recording stream thing. Yay. Today I am watching sports. You are not watching sports, however, because of copyright. But I am watching sports. Right now we are watching a softball game. A women's softball game. In the Clearwater Invitational or something like that. I don't know. It's Georgia versus NC State. I will not promise I will do good commentary, but I will try to at least keep chatting. That's a home run. Is this a game? What's the I think that's a walk-off, because if you there's mercy rule in softball. College baseball and softball have mercy rules, I think. I don't know how that all works. Alright. Hey, Moon. Thanks for the lurk. I appreciate it. Georgia is now up 7-0. Wow. I got some water. Okay, so the reason I haven't streamed in a few days, or I mean 9 days actually, was I was having some problems with my my computer, where it would crash if I had OBS open too long. And I found out what the problem was that my capture card was glitching out, and it was because I have so much stuff plugged into my computer that the capture card actually pushed it over and would freeze every time OBS was open for too long. So I did test it this morning by leaving it open for a couple hours, and it didn't crash. So I fixed it. Now, it means in the future, Switch 2 streams are going to be a little less high quality, but, I mean, it's okay. Yeah, that's life, I guess. Oh, pass ball. Actually, I don't know if it's a pass ball or a wild pitch. I'm not very good at knowing the difference. I was debating watching the Olympics instead of this, but I was watching MLB Network while I waited for my headphones to charge, and I figured I'd rather watch softball than Olympics right now. Let me just send a text to a couple people. By a couple people, I mean actually probably just one person. Because my sister is asleep, for sure. Hello? Now, the announcer said this is an upset if Georgia wins, which is kind of confusing me because there's a 17 next to Georgia, which means they're ranked. And NC State doesn't have a ranking, so I'm not sure exactly how it would be an upset. But yeah, so I'm glad to have the computer working again. So all of my streams will be returning. The only one that's changing just a bit is it's not really that much change, but with the Switch 2, I've realized that even though I have a low latency capture card, there's still enough latency for certain games that I have to play it on what's it called, through the TV instead of through the streaming monitor. So that only really changes my accessibility to like camera settings and stuff on OBS. Wish I had another monitor, but I only have one good monitor and a TV, and I'd rather use the TV than just the monitor. And I wouldn't be any better off with just one monitor anyway. And there's no space on my desk for both. What's the home team? The home team, I think Georgia. But they're playing in Clearwater, so they're not actually at home, but they're the team that has the home advantage. The other reason I chose softball instead of Olympics was I was in the mood for watch women's sports. Because women rock. And I guess I could have watched women's Olympics, but yeah. I guess that's irrelevant mostly then. Yes, I'm watching women's sports right now. Doesn't mean the whole stream will be women's sports, but at least for now. Earlier I was watching women's Australian soccer because I've been awake all night basically. Mostly because announcers are being silly saying upset for Georgia then. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know why. It's very strange. Like, Georgia is ranked higher than NC State and they're the home team, so I don't really know. I like to think that they know more about this subject than I do. I'm not a college softball expert by any means, but hope you get some rest. I actually can't rest until tonight. I mean, I woke up at 6 p.m. yesterday, but it's part of the reason that I can't get rest is I have to go to visit my mom this weekend. I have to take public transit today. So if I go to bed now, I'll wake up so late it'd be awful to travel during, so. But 6 p.m. is so late, I think I'll be okay. Like, I slept all day yesterday. I appreciate that the announcers are women. I've noticed, I always hate it when I watch a women's sport and the only announcers are men. At least have one of them be a woman, yeah. Announcers have the job of being entertaining and giving play-by-plays. Yeah. I'd also say they're supposed to somewhat know what they're talking about, but I know what you mean. They're not always the best at that. But these announcers seem fine. I disagree with calling it an upset. If anything, would be an upset if NC State won because they're behind by 7 runs now. Besides the fact that they're not, all the other things we said. Well, you never want to give up 3 straight walks. Damn. They got a pinch runner. I wish there was a professional. Maybe there is a professional women's softball league, but I don't know if there is one. If there is one, I wish it was more televised, and if there isn't one, there should be one. I mean, there's women NBA and women's soccer. I think we should have a baseball-like option at least, if not women's baseball, then women's softball as a professional thing, not just at a collegiate level. Ooh, that's gonna be a couple runs. That's a 2-run single right there. Okay, so I guess 10. So Google was wrong when I looked it up the other day. I guess it's 10 runs. A 10-run lead is a mercy rule. Maybe it depends on the league or the importance of the game or whatever. I guess we'll find out in a run whether there's a mercy rule. I'm honestly, they're doing a pitching change, and I'm honestly surprised that they didn't do a pitching change sooner, to be honest. But then it's 9-0 right now. Like, you gave up you let your pitcher give up a lot of runs before you pulled her. Also, I can't promise this level of takes and commentary on other sports. I've been watching baseball for since 2003 and even before then a little bit, so I know a lot about baseball. Maybe not so much the players, but the rules and the strategies and stuff. With other sports, it might be my commentary might be a little more surface level. But we're not going to let that prevent us from having a good time, because I enjoy watching other sports. Hopefully it will not be too much of a problem, but yeah, I'm taking public transit for about an hour today. Not really. It's not that I'm not looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being there, and I'm not upset about traveling. But I prefer if I, well, I don't know if I prefer if I could drive. Driving sounds scary, but I prefer a faster alternative for sure. I'm getting pretty good at doing public transit though, so I guess we'll just have to see. Ooh, that's a wild pitch, yeah. So the runner took second base on a wild pitch. They pulled up a pinch hitter. Interesting. I guess the manager really wants to get that mercy rule win. I asked Google earlier. Oh, good that I didn't. I have to say the other word to summon Google. Say its name and it appears. I asked Google earlier if there was softball going on. Apparently there are several tournaments going on today that are televised, which is cool. In fact, one of the softball games is on ESPN2, which I would have thought they would have left that on the streaming service, but it's cool that they put it on the telly. I finally got my MLB TV subscription for the year. I'm glad. Ooh, that's it. That's probably it. There was a 3-run double. Oh, a 3-run triple. But yeah, MLB TV subscription, I got that. I was waiting on the new season to start. Not the season, but the new, they were still selling the off-season package, and I was waiting. And I'm glad I did, because I was able to actually put it on my MLB account instead of my family's shared MLB account. Because I'm the only one who's really watching it, so Oh, she threw it away again. Almost scored another run. But yeah, so I got that. And then now this year you have to do it through ESPN. And that's not really fun. Because it's not even an ESPN Plus subscription. It's an ESPN Unlimited subscription. Now this year they're like making it so they give you a free month of ESPN when you sub. So if you're not already have an ESPN Unlimited subscription, you get a free month, and then you can cancel, and it won't cost you anything. But no one is promising that next year we're gonna have that same deal. So if anything, next year we may have to actually subscribe to ESPN Unlimited, which I already subscribed, but that might be a subscription on top of the subscription, which is I hate when companies do that. And it's already bad enough because it's like MLB TV is not cheap. It's like $150 a year. And it's like, then you add on a $30 a month subscription. It's just too much. Ow. There was a sound effect. I mean, not sound effect. Sorry. Sorry. There was someone threw a ball very hard. Oh. That girl is throwing the ball so hard, and that the audio is picking up the ball hitting the glove, and it is very loud. I don't know if they're having issues balancing the sound. They're showing 2 games at once right now because of the tournament, and there's another team playing right now. But it's like the other pitch was so much louder than the one that they were showing. That's the main one they're showing on this channel. Kind of hurt my ear. Yeah, I was gonna say that was a strike. I thought for a second the umpire called it a ball, but it was very clearly a strike. So I'm not sure why I thought that. Now in MLB this year, they're gonna start having it so the balls and strikes are called by robots. I don't know if it's really by robots, but it's automated basically. The umpires no longer call balls and strikes. It's it's like I guess they use a computer to do it in some way. But in this game, they still in this softball game they are not doing that. So the umpires can still make terrible calls. So another pinch hitter, interesting. Now softball games are 7 innings as opposed to 9 innings. So we're over halfway through this game. We're at the bottom of the 4th. I'm interested to know why the pinch hitters are coming in so much. Maybe it's because it's such a lopsided score that the manager wants to get the other girls some time in the game. I don't know. It could be like a way to save your players for later in the tournament or something. One thing I've always thought is interesting in softball, they don't have a mound for the pitcher. Oh, well that's at least a double right there. 3 more runs and a double. So I guess bringing in that pitcher was worth it for them. Sorry, pinch hitter. Now, I'll admit, when I played baseball in school, I was never able to hit the ball out of the infield. I was not a good hitter, or really good at anything involving baseball or softball. I really loved baseball. I'm starting to love softball. I was not very good at either of them. Now, technically, I got on base a lot in middle school because I was able to outrun the fielders. I guess I must have been somewhat fast. I'm certainly not fast anymore. I want to become faster. And I guess also people were just bad fielders, so they throw the ball away and stuff. One thing I've always wanted to do, and I will never actually do because I'm too old to join any baseball leagues. I'm not too old, but not skilled enough or too old, or both. I would like to hit a home run off a pitcher, and not a batting practice, like a pitcher. I don't think that'll ever happen, because I can't hit it out of the infield. Now, and also, I'm not training to be a baseball player. I'm training to be a wrestler, so... Unless I make it popular enough as a wrestler, I can get into the Celebrity All-Star game or something. Which I doubt will ever happen. Both the popularity and also being selected for the Celebrity All-Star game. Yeah, that other game has way louder sounds. The Oklahoma State versus Texas A&M game. That is a loud... Whatever mic they're using is really popping when the ball is hit or hits the glove. It's actually somewhat stress-inducing. I guess I could probably turn it down a little bit. I mean, I have to turn down the whole game, not just one game. That's not how it works. They finally end the innings. 11 runs in one inning is wild. I think the Super Bowl had less points at the first half than that. I mean, at least for one team. For both teams, it was the score of this game. It was 14-0 versus 7-7 at the Super Bowl. That's pretty crazy. Baseball scores don't usually, or softball scores and baseball scores don't usually go that high. Sleep in 6 minutes with this unique sound. Stop it. Stop it. I don't want to hear your sleep sounds. I already have the tendency to fall asleep watching sports. I don't need this this Better Sleep app to be advertising and showing off their sound effects. I'm gonna mute this. So yeah, I guess we can call it a success being able to stream now. So we've been streaming for about 30 minutes, and like I said, it's actually been on for 2 hours before I started streaming to make sure it wouldn't crash. So I'd say the problem has been fixed, and we are now able to stream. I mean, it was pretty weird how I was able to stream on the Steam Deck, but not streaming on my PC. Yeah, not ideal. Oh, there was an inside the park home run. Wow. So I guess if to win via mercy rule, you have to be ahead by 10 or something, and then you have to then beat the other side, get 3 outs or whatever. Even though the home team is the home team is the one that had the 10 runs, you'd almost think that it'd be a walk-off if you get 10 runs as the home team, but I guess they want to give the other team a chance to score some runs first. Yeah, some coffee. I do have an energy drink if I need it. I thought I was out, but apparently one had been stashed away somewhere, so I may save that for my ride, though. Or not my ride, my public transit trip. Interesting. So they're giving the player the game to the pitcher, which is kind of interesting considering the batter's got 17 runs. I mean, it's true that she didn't give up any runs, so. Apparently, the pitcher had 3 strikeouts. Three and 0, so NC State has one. They're 1 out. NC State, they've got 2 outs left, but the pitcher has gone 3 balls, no strikes on. Oh, and the 3-0 pitch was very hittable, and the NC State player got a double. Lily Livingston, apparently, is her name. That should be my last coffee until I get to my mom's house. I might have an energy drink. Energy drinks aren't as hard on my stomach as coffee is, so that's the only concern, really. Oh. Oh, hit hard, but right at the... I'm so bad with right and left. Right fielder. Speaking of the celebrity game, they're having an NBA celebrity game tonight at 4. I will not be watching that, though. I'm not a fan of celebrity games. They're not my, really my cup of tea. I find celebrity games kind of... It's not like it's like I'm like a purist being like, oh, they don't actually know how to play or whatever. But like, I'll watch very low-level sports that players aren't, great. I just don't care about the Celebrity All-Star Game because it's like, I don't know, it doesn't really mean anything. All-Star Games, at least you get to see all the good players, but the Celebrity All-Star Game, it's not for anything but just to win. I don't know. It's not really, it's exciting to me. Maybe if there was some celebrity in the Celebrity All-Star Game I really wanted to see hit. Or not hit, sorry. This is an NBA All-Star Game we're talking about. But I don't know, it's just not really my thing. Alright, so the next batter walked. We got runners at first and second with 2 outs. I'm assuming NC State would need to score 7 runs to be able to keep this game going. With 2 outs, that's unlikely. I mean, to be fair, it was 11 runs in the last inning, but it seems like it would not be likely for that to happen 2 innings in a row with 2 different teams. Batter has a very lovely pink bat. I think that's really cool. I would like, if I was playing baseball, I'd love a pink bat or softball or whatever. Okay, they got a hit. That's a 2-run double. So the pink bat was able to score a 2-run double. That's a good bat right there. Now, she didn't actually like swing the full way. It's actually kind of surprising that the ball went as far as it did. She must have some real power. It's also, like, not wooden bats, so I have to get used to that as well. So, they now need to score 5 runs to keep the game going. With 2 outs, so... I mean, I was already kind of writing them off, but... They did get 2 runs since I said that, so... Wow, this Carly Short here has a .611 on-base percentage. That is crazy high. That's a good on-base percentage right there. I'd make Billy Bean proud. And a .455 batting average, to be fair, which is also very, very high. I tend to not care as much about batting average, though. On-base percentage is a lot better of a stat than batting average. Oh, that might be it. Yep, that's it. So 16-2. Georgia wins 16-2. They got 16 runs on 12 hits, so it means that there was quite a few walks. Where the loser got 2 runs off 4 hits. Oh, and the loser had an error too, so that error probably cost. Alright. Well, we're not watching that anymore. I mean, literally because we can't. It just ended. Let's see what else is on. Oh, I guess technically the other soccer game is on. Soccer. Softball game. Wow, this is just because it starts with S. 6-1 in the third inning, so this one's not at risk of ending early yet. So we got Oklahoma State versus Texas A&M. Oklahoma's winning 6-1. Oklahoma State is at bat with no outs. The runner has walked. So the batter has walked. Gotta use my fidget spinner a little bit while we stream. I may stream sometime this weekend. It would be a, I mean, maybe we could do another sports stream. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how well that would work on Steam Deck, though. Now, I don't need game sound or anything, so it wouldn't be a problem of like, oh, well, I wouldn't be able to have game sound. Now, the only problem with that I think of is I would have to have just an image on the screen and just do audio only, like I'm a radio host or something, which isn't ideal for Twitch. But, I mean, it could be done. Oh, wow, that got hammered. It's foul, though. It got hammered to left field. She blasted that ball, but it was foul. I thought for just a second that was out of there, because the way it came off the bat was like, that was a home run. Now, the other alternative is I could run like Fire Pro in the background while we watch sports, and that way it would have something to actually show on the screen. That is a possibility. So maybe I'll do that if I end up wanting to do a sports stream over the weekend. Now, I don't plan to stream for as long over the weekend because I want to be with my family while I'm there. I don't get to visit that often. But I might be able to get a stream in at least one or two streams, and we'll see. They won't be as long though. Not that this one's going to be that long either. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it'll be long-ish. So we got runners at second and third. Top of the third. Oklahoma State is at bat. They're up 6-1. Texas A&M is the home team, for those who aren't aware. You got JL Austin, the center fielder, up with a 368 batting average, and the stats disappeared off the screen. So. And that's a pass ball, and the runner from third scores. Now this is an upset if Oklahoma State wins, because Texas A&M is ranked 7, where Oklahoma State is ranked 23rd. So that's actually kind of wild. But we do know now that even if they get up to 11 runs, which would be 11-1 and a 10-run lead, that they would still need to close the game down in the bottom of the third. Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah, because Texas A&M is the home team, yeah. Oh, okay, that's under it. That's a can of corn. Pop out to, I think that was the third baseman. Right on the pitcher's mound. Not that it's a mound, but the pitcher's circle, I guess. There's probably a term for it, I don't know. So, they don't have the balls and strikes up in here. I'd have to keep track of it myself. It's kind of strange. Oh, there they are. That's why they weren't up there, is because there was no balls yet or strikes. 381 batting average, 458 for, I missed the name. That's Uh-oh, did the stream just go down? Or is it just the stream? Sorry, that's confusing. Did the stream just go down, or did the A&M game go down? No, it's just not the stream. Shockingly, we're not dropping frames. I say shockingly because the internet's been really bad recently. Okay, strikeout, half inning over. I'll be right back. I'm going to use the restroom. Hi, sorry. I was in the restroom. So we didn't miss much. Well, yeah, I guess we didn't miss much. Just 2 balls. 2 balls and 0 strikes. Oh! She got plunked. That's a, hits batswoman right there. So it's 7-1. Actually, all these games have not been close. Because the other game that they're showing in the tournament is 6-1 right now. So I feel like these games have been all kind of blowouts, not really close. It's unfortunate. Kind of hoping to see some close games. I mean, I can enjoy sports even if they're not close, but... And 2-1 on this batter. Number 66 is pitching. Now, that's confusing. Is there... So that's weird. Okay. So the umpires may have been wrong. They might have lost the count on how many balls and strikes there were, which is incredible. Yeah, so they were wrong. They said it was a walk when it was 3-1. Incredible. And the runner stayed at second because she took the base when it was 3-1. That is incredible. Now there's a walk. So there was a walk anyway. Okay. Well, it didn't end up really mattering, but it's still really funny to me the umpire did lost track of the 3-1 count. Alright, first pitch to the batter. The runners at first and second is a foul ball. It is 0-1. Maya Perez, she bats third and plays first base. She has a .500 batting average with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. So, seems to be quite a good hitter. 1-2 on, I forgot her name already. Oh, she hammers it. That is a home run, a 3-run home run to deep center field. Maya Perez with a 3-run home run for 3rd of the season. Yeah, she walloped that thing. Damn. Honestly, it never gets old watching home runs. That's how I know baseball's my favorite sport. Other sports is not really anything quite enjoyable for me is watching a home run. I know this is softball, but, you know, similar enough. Like with football, like touchdowns are cool, I guess. And they're not like as cool as a home run to me. And baskets are pretty cool, and buckets or baskets or whatever they're called in basketball are fun, for sure. But for me, it's all about the home runs. I love home runs. My earliest moments of watching sports was watching Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa hit home runs on Baseball Tonight. Every night they'd show the home runs in '98. And I've always just been a fan of the long ball since. So now the score is 7-4 with Texas A&M only behind by 3. So at the very least, they're not at risk of a mercy rule at this current moment. And there's no outs, and the batter is at 2-1. So good hitters count. Ooh, that one was hit hard too, but right to the center fielder. So the same part of the field, except not over the fence. So not a home run, but not hit as hard as the last one. So caught by the center fielder. Alright, first pitch is a ball. The pitcher has had 52 pitches in 4 innings. A little over, 11, 12 pitches an inning or so? I missed the stats on that player and the name, unfortunately. But oh, that one, I don't think it hit the camera, but it hit the thing that was holding the camera, and the whole camera shook. So I don't know if it's the camera's like bolted onto the whatever the thing is called that prevents the balls from hitting the players. Sorry, the balls from hitting the fans and behind the home plate. I forgot what that thing's called. The metal gate or whatever. So 2-2. We'll have to see what happens. Also, another pink bat. Appreciate the pink bats. Ooh, that's right up the middle. That's a single right there. That's a base knock. Yeah, I mean, you know, the old expression, hit 'em where they ain't. Not particularly done so much in baseball anymore, but I mean, you know, that's still a base runner, so if it sets up the next batter, if they can hit a home run or something, that'd be 2 runs, obviously. You have KK Dement up, and she wallops it And it gets past the right fielder too, so that's gonna be a run. She's running to third, and it's a triple, an RBI triple. So it's 7-5. I should not have said that this was going to be. I shouldn't have said that this was not a close game, because we now have a game on our hands. It's 7-5. The momentum kind of being on the side of the team with the lower runs, because they keep hitting the ball this inning. Now we're closer to 20 pitches per inning average. So she's got 58 pitches, and she's given up 5 runs. One would think the manager would warm up a reliever at this point, but I don't know how many pitchers that are carried on a softball team usually, so maybe that's an issue. And we got a single that knocks in a run, so we are now 7-6. I mean, it makes sense that Texas A&M are able to come back in a way because they're ranked 8 and Oklahoma State is ranked 23rd. So, according to the ranks at least, they should be a better team. We got a pinch runner now. Haley Golden. That could be 2. No. So the first baseman dropped the ball on the double play, but I'm pretty sure the runner was safe anyway, so. I think she was safe regardless of whether she dropped the ball, but I'm not sure. My eye's not that good at it for that kind of thing. And the announcer said that there's no video reviews at least in this league. I'm not sure if that's a thing for all of college softball, but at least here they do not have video review. So they've had 4 hits this inning. Ooh. So the runner who got on first via error has just stolen second base. So you gotta like the odds of getting a run here, because you got a runner at second in scoring position. Whereas a single could score the run basically. Ooh, pass ball. Or I guess actually would have probably been a wild pitch. I'm not sure. It looked like it would have been hard for the catcher to catch that. And so this runner at second who stole second is now at third base. But there's a 2-2 count, so if the pitcher can get a strikeout here, then she gets out of the inning with barely holding on to the lead. And that's exactly what happens. A strikeout, and they throw it to first, because she goes at the first because It's a dropped third strike and the out. So we got ourselves a ball game now, 7-6. A lot closer than the last game I watched. Apparently my fantasy basketball team has an update. I think it might just be saying I won. No, there's still a game tonight. I don't know how many players playing. Does the other team have any players playing tonight? No. So it is basically over. I know y'all came here to hear about my fantasy basketball team. But yeah, so I'm gonna mute the commercials because I can. Sorry. We're back. That was a quick commercial break. We'll see if Oklahoma can pad their lead a little bit, because the momentum still, I think, would be on Texas A&M at this point for scoring 6 runs in 1 inning. But, or was it 5 runs in 1 inning? I'm actually going to forget, but I do think I need a new webcam. I didn't realize it, but even though it's being upscaled, it is actually only shooting in 480p. So I would actually like to get a new webcam at some point. I mean, technically I could use my phone, but that doesn't help if I want to stream shiny hunting, because I have to use my phone for that. Alright. The top of the 4th. Oklahoma is at bat. We get the first pitch at the top of the 4th. So in the first inning, there was 5 runs that for Oklahoma State. One and one, 2 and 1 actually. Ah. hair stuck in my fidget spinner. And that is a ground out. And 1 out for Oklahoma State. I don't have real strong preference for either of these teams. In these sort of situations, I generally just root for a good game, which would be that Texas A&M are able to tie it up but not go ahead, so we can get a tie game and keep the intrigue going. Because I just don't have a really strong preference over either of those schools, nor do I really have any strong feelings for most schools, because I'm not that fluent with colleges in the U.S. or anywhere for that matter, but I'm still learning. I know that Texas A&M is a sports school, though, because I know they've had good. I've seen them in other sports doing pretty well. Sorry, I shouldn't. It's so hard for me to stay still, and this chair squeaks. That's another thing. Eventually, I'll probably have to get a new chair. This one has been falling apart. I only had it a year. Ooh. Fouled off to the back. 2-2 count. That's a ball. So we got a full count. 3-2. And the internet just pooped. No, there we go. We're good. It was just a hiccup. And that's a strikeout. I've never been certain whether a 3-2 count is a hitter's count or a pitcher's count. Maybe, I don't know, it's somewhat neutral count, maybe. That's inside. 2-1 count. Ooh, a swing and the miss. Powered that fastball by her. Foul ball. I think after this game, I'm going to end streaming for a little bit. Ooh! That's a foul ball. We're still in the 4th inning, so we got 3 more innings at the very least. I mean, not at the very least. We have probably at least 3 more innings. And then I'm going to end stream and go work out, because watching all this sports has made me want to get better shape. So, and I don't really have an excuse not to go, because it's a good time. It would be a good time to go. Strike out. So we're going to the bottom of the 4th now. But yeah, I think it'd be a good time to go to the gym. I just wanted to get a stream in before I was probably unable to stream much this weekend. So I think this has been a good stream. Going to... I might be able to stream when I get back from the gym. Just really depends on how I'm feeling. So I'm thinking about leaving about 2 p.m. And for the record, it is 8:30 here right now in the morning. So even if I worked out for 2 hours, I'd probably have time to stream for a little bit. Let's just assume the game takes another hour and a half to do 3 innings. It's not going to. Let's say from 10 to 12 I work out, or assuming there'll also be time for walking and stuff. I'd still have a couple hours to stream when I got back, because it doesn't take me that long to pack. I already have all my clothes packed, and that's the hard part. After that, it's just fun stuff and meds, but the meds should be ready. That's also assuming that I don't just, I lost my train of thought. There's a bird. They're showing a bird on the screen. It's a very nice bird. See if I can get this to... It was working for a second, and then it got out of focus again. Oh, ESPN. Alright, so 0-1. I think this is a new pitcher for Oklahoma State. Number 4. I did see her name and then I forgot it because I'm horrible with names. I don't feel so bad about my camera being out of focus because right now this camera is out of focus. That's my internet quality. Let's see. I'm not dropping frames, so something's off with the. No, actually, no. It is my internet because it's not just the camera that's foggy. It's the like the bottom with the scoreboard or whatever is also, which is not from the camera. Ooh. So it was fairly well hit, but it stayed in the air and went foul and then was an out. So, but it was hit. It was a hit pretty well. It just stayed up, unfortunately, for the batter. Well, that's hit, but right at the center fielder. So 3 outs in a row. We're going to the top of the 5th. Close game. Couldn't ask for more than that. So we got 2 more innings. I assume it's going to go the full 2 innings left because one team would need to score 9 runs, the other team would have to score 10 runs. So actually, maybe 11. Hold on, let me take that out. No, I think 9, 10. No, actually, it would be 11. I'm not sure. Math is not my strong suit. Oh, I'm not sure I was charging my phone. I am. I'm at 100%, in fact. Because if I'm going to be going to the gym, I want to listen to a podcast or something. One count. Oh. Melina Wilkinson was the batter, and she got hit right on the elbow. That must have hurt. So now they got a runner on base. And a pitch. And it was inside, but she hit it, and it popped out. Not pop out. It's a popped out. Sorry. It was a foul ball. This is not going to say pop out. That's not actually all that helpful. A pop up is what I was trying to say, but it's kind of not a pop up because it went foul. So. And that's strike 3. So we now got one runner on first from the hits batter, and we got one out. One and one count. One out. Runner on. Score 7-6 still. Top of the 5th. Oh, she ran, but the ball is well in time to tag her out. She was trying to steal second. That was yeah, that wasn't that was quite a throw by the catcher, we'll say. So 2 outs, and now we're 2-2 with no runners on. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So ooh, foul ball. So still 2-2. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop, and that's an error. I think it got past her. I think that's an error. We'll see what the scorer calls it. Well, they're not telling us whether that was an error or not, which is kind of annoying. It is an error. Okay, that's what I figured. It looked like an error. I think she could have made that, but so now we got a 1-1 count. So the tying run is at first. It's worth noting. No, actually, I'm sorry. That's wrong. It would not be the tying run. Oklahoma is at bat. Whoops. Pitch. That's another ball. We're 2-2 now. And passed ball. Runner gets the second. Might have been wild pitch. So now the runner is in scoring position with the 3-2 count with 2 outs, which means that the runner at second will be running on the play because there's no risk in running. She's running, but the batter hits it foul. So 3-2 count. Runner at second. Runner will be running again. But that's a strikeout. So that's a missed opportunity by Texas A&M for sure. But, you know, sometimes it happens. You can't really blame them for it, but obviously you would have liked to have gotten that run there. Oh, actually, Texas A&M is the one batting. Okay, so... yeah, so I was right the first time. It wasn't Oklahoma that was batting. So we're going to the bottom of the 5th now. Well, time is running out for Texas A&M. But they only need 2 runs to win, 1 run to tie, so... you know, it's still very much in the realm of possibility this game could continue on past the 7th inning, or end with Texas A&M winning instead. So we are in a competitive game right now. All right. The game is back on. They are showing from the other game, UCF versus Northwestern, 6-4 in that game. We're at 7-6 here, and they're doing the split screen thing, which I'm not a fan of, but okay. I know it's a tournament, so it's like these games affect each other, but all the same. That's a ball. 1-0. Oh, 1 strike? Apparently that was a strike. It looked outside to me. That is an 0-1 count. And now it's 0-2 due to a foul ball. That's outside. We now got a 2-2 count. Bottom of the fifth. Texas A&M is now batting. Okay, so I'm getting confused left and right on who's batting. I swear I'm not usually this confused by that. So now Texas A&M has a chance to tie it, though only if they can get someone on base or a home run. So there was a grounder to short, 1 out, thrown out at first. First pitch looks like a ball. Is a ball. 1-0. And as a ground ball to third base, 2 and out. So 2 gone in the bottom of the fifth. And we got some shots of some very nice birds, which I appreciate because I like birds a lot. Pitch is coming. That's a strike in the corner. Ooh. Check swing, but a foul ball. Ooh. Hit hard, but I think it's in the park. Yes, it is in the park. The center fielder backed into the wall to catch the ball. Not a bad play. It was just a little bit down. If it had been up a little bit more, it would have been a home run. We'd have a tie game. So the pitcher is lucky that stayed in the park for sure. Ooh, I got a cramp. Ow. They're showing dog food commercials. There's been a lot of pet commercials on this stream. I have to admit that Arby's does look pretty good. I have only had Arby's once, and I was on a keto diet, so it was not a very good experience, because it was just the meat and not the bread. Turns out, you want to have bread when you eat Arby's. Top of the sixth. Oklahoma State is at bat. Ball one. 1-0. And a bunt, but it goes foul. It was hit right in front of the catcher, so it's actually pretty lucky it went foul for the batter, because that would have been an easy out for the catcher. Ooh. Oklahoma hits it. They hit it, but she hits it, but right at the left fielder, so. First pitch is a ball. 1-0, 1-0, 1 out, top of the sixth. Here comes the pitch. That's a strike. It was kind of a borderline pitch. I was wondering if it was maybe a ball, but umpire called it a strike. Now we don't have the you can't see the strike zone on the screen like they do in some games. Oh, that's a home run. Oklahoma just hit a big home run to left field. So now they're up 8-6. Just blasted it. She did. So now 8-6. We got the next batter up. That's a strike. I would have called that a ball. That was not really that close to the strike zone, in my opinion. It looked up and outside. And inside pitch, she hits it, and it goes foul backwards. That was a ball she swung at for sure. So I don't blame her for swinging at a ball. Consider the last ball was called a strike. So you gotta swing if the umpire is given those outside and inside pitches to the pitcher. You kind of have to swing it more. And she fouls off another pitch, number 6. And the first ball that's called a ball, at least, that's a low pitch. 1-2. Ooh, blasted. That's what you call back-to-back jacks. Oklahoma State has gotten 2 home runs in a row. And that was actually the same part of the field, actually. Yeah, it left the park. It went really far. I wish we could get like an estimate on how far that was, because that was a massive jack. Oh, and that's her first career home run too. That's very cool. Good for her. And a strike. That looked like some sort of breaking pitch. It was low, but definitely tempting. It looked like it was going to hit the strike zone and just dropped out. Two and one count. Ooh, that's hittable, and yeah, that's a base hit. So Texas A&M is giving up 3 hits in a row, 2 of which were home runs. Oklahoma is now kind of making this game not nearly as close. So that was a ball, I think. No, strike. Okay. This umpire has been calling a lot of what I think are ball strikes, so that doesn't make me the expert or anything. I like to think my eye is pretty good for that kind of thing, at least on TV, of course. It helps that it's on TV. It's really hard to tell in the arena. Or not the arena, in the park. So it's 0-2, because that was a foul ball. And here comes the pitch. Oh, and another hit? No, it's actually a fly out to center field. Stayed up. So now 2 outs with a runner at first. Low and outside. That is ball 1. Here comes the pitch. That's a... Ooh, she almost got picked off there. I was unsure if that was a ball or a strike. I think a strike. Or maybe not. Maybe a ball. Yeah, she almost caught the runner sleeping at first base, so... That's now 2-0. So this is a good hitter. Oh, 3-0 even. This is a good hitter's count. I'd be swinging right here. That's my opinion. But she takes. And it's a strike. That's a strike. Once again, that one was kind of a borderline pitch too, but You could have called that a ball, I think. Ooh, that's hit hard, but right at the left fielder. That was the third out. That's what I thought. I was a little confused for a sec because they started showing footage not coming in the commercial, but. That's another cat food commercial. I think a different cat food than the last cat food commercial. Alright, we're back. And alright, off to a hot start. We got a home run. First pitch swinging, and she gets the game to be a little closer, 7-9. Now if you're Texas A&M, I'm sure you're wishing that those 2 runs didn't score last inning, because this would be a tie game now. But you can't really be thinking too much about that, I guess. Now I think about it, because the runs scored. You can't remove runs in baseball. You can only add them. So softball, I mean, but yeah. And that is ball 1? No, strike. Okay. I'm thinking maybe my eye is off for this because I've been calling a lot of pitches wrong. I mean, maybe I'm right and the umpire is wrong, but that's true. The umpire is wrong a lot, so I don't really think that's the case. But I don't know. Who knows? The umpire did, after all, say there was a walk after 3 pitches earlier. So. Assuming it's the same umpire. Ooh, strike 3. So a good way to bounce back after giving up the home run. And just like that, Oklahoma is 5 outs away from securing the win here today. One and 0. apparently a strike. And a foul ball. So we're still 1-2. And another foul ball. There was a ball before that, so it's 2-2. Ooh, base hit. So 1 out hit. Now we got the tying run at the plate. And another hit. Now the tying run is at first. The go-ahead run is coming to the plate. And if there was a home run here, they would have. That means that the next half inning could very well be the last half inning. Because we're in the bottom of the sixth. Like I said, 7 innings in a softball game. So, yeah. Runner started to go, but went back to second. Maybe trying to get in the mind of the pitcher and catcher, perhaps. Two and out. Strike. I actually thought that was a ball. So we're 2-1. And no, that's out. She hit it all right. I was wondering if perhaps at first if it was a hit or a home run, but no, it wasn't quite hit well enough for that. It did travel a fair amount, considering it wasn't necessarily like the best pitch to hit, you know. We got a pitcher warming up for Oklahoma. Now, Maya Perez, who hit the home run earlier, that was a 3-run home run, is coming to bat. So, see if she can do a repeat. That would be the go-ahead run if she hits a home run here. Strike. let's see. So it's 0-1, Maya Perez. And oh, she hit it. That's a hit. That's going to score a run. But, oh, that's bad. The runner at second was rounded second and went to third, but she got thrown out at third. I would not have run there. Yeah, that was a mistake on her part for sure. Because that now, instead of having a runner at first and second, the inning's over. So. So now we're going into the 7th. Texas A&M only have they only have 3 outs to play with here, so, and that's also assuming that Oklahoma doesn't get more runs. All right. So top of the 7th. Oklahoma looking to pad their lead again. They are only ahead by 1 run, so. So first pitch is fouled off. That's a ball, I think. Yep, a ball. That's a strike. 1 and 2. So that was a changeup, I think. That ball is high and up. Up and in. Which you don't love as a batter, but yeah, so that's a ball. And that is a foul ball. Almost fell in there for a hit. Now the last game I thought it was silly they said it would be an upset. This would be an upset. Oklahoma State is ranked 23rd as opposed to ranked 8th, so. But on any given night, you know, and any team could win. Strikeout. So that's a good start for the inning for Texas A&M to try to keep things close so they can get the walk off maybe, or at least tie it. Here's the pitch, and ground ball up the middle, but to the pitcher, who throws her out. So this pitcher has had a good inning. A strikeout and a fielded ball that she threw out at the first. And a ground ball to first, easy for Perez. Now we're going to the bottom of the 7th. Oklahoma State ahead by 1 run. If they can get these 3 outs, it is over. So we'll just have to see what happens here. And after this game, I will be ending stream to go to the gym. So. If we have anyone in to raid, we'll do a raid. Otherwise, I will end stream because no one will be watching. So that would be, the thing to do. I don't like doing one person raids because it just means it's me, So yeah, I'm not gonna raid out if it's just me, because especially since I'm not gonna stay. Probably. I'm not probably, definitely, because I'm going to the gym. Alright, here we go. Bottom of the 7th. Close game. We'll see if Oklahoma can get the upset. And a foul ball for A&M. Another pink bat. Love the pink bats. As you can tell from my headphones, I like the color pink. Not as much as I like purple, but I do like pink. And that is a strike. Strike 2. And that's a ball, so 1 and 2. So called strike 3. You probably should be swinging in that count, but I mean, you know, it's maybe she must have thought it was a ball. I think it looked like a strike to me, though. Harder to make that call when you're a batter compared to just watching on TV, though. I do understand that much. Not necessarily blaming her for that. And the first pitch to the next batter is a ball. Next pitch, also a ball. 2-0, hitter's count. We'll see if she's swinging on this pitch. And pitch, that's a strike. Painted the outside corner. And the pitch in the 2-1 count, bottom of the 7th. 1 out. And that's right at the third baseman. Hit hard. Texas A&M down to their last out. And, now that being said, all it takes is 1 run to tie this up, so ball 1. Now they're saying that this player, she used to be on Oklahoma, so she's facing her former team. And this has a nice 2-0 count now. It would be pretty dramatic if she got a home run here. I'll give it that. Three and 0. This is a hitter's count. I'd be swinging here if it's anywhere near. Well, I guess yeah. If it's not a good pitch, maybe you don't swing, but I mean you probably should be swinging in general. Yeah, it's just a take pitch. I don't get that. I feel like you should be swinging on a 3-0 count, but whatever. And a strike. I thought that was a ball, and so did the batter. Now 3-2. And here comes the pitch. Oh, hit hard but foul. Three and 2 outs. The hands are standing. That's a hit to second base, and the game is over. Oklahoma barely holds on, and wins 9-8 for the upset. All right, everyone. That's gonna be it for this stream. I don't know if I'm gonna stream later. We'll see how I'm feeling, but I may not. I hope everyone had a good time. I enjoyed doing this. It's definitely a change of pace, something I've never done here before. I've done wrestling watch-alongs, but never sports watch-alongs. I knew there would come a day I would try this, so I'm glad I got to try it. It seemed to do pretty okay. So, if you like this video, press like. I do lots of wrestling videos. I do wrestling game videos, I do Pokemon, WoW, sort of other games. sometimes wrestling watch-alongs, even though they don't show the footage like this. I like just like this. Yeah, so if you want to see more of that, press like and subscribe. Or follow on Twitch or whatever. Yeah, so I'll speak to you all soon. Bye-bye!